Modern warfare relies on a mix of precision missiles, smart bombs, drones, and naval weapons working together in coordinated strikes. Here are 10 weapons used during Operation Epic Fury and the role each one played in the campaign. BGM-109 Tomahawk cruise missile. The Tomahawk served as one of the first strike weapons used to begin the campaign. Fired from U.S. Navy destroyers, cruisers, and submarines, this long-range cruise missile travels at low altitude while following terrain to reduce the chance of radar detection. The weapon has been a core part of American naval strike capability since its first combat use during the Gulf War in 1991. In Operation Epic Fury, Tomahawks were launched from multiple directions across surrounding seas, creating simultaneous waves of precision strikes against air defenses, command facilities, and naval assets. AGM-158B JASSM Extra Range. The Joint Air-to-Surface Standoff Missile Extended Range is an air-launched cruise missile built for penetrating heavily defended targets. Developed by Lockheed Martin, the missile can travel hundreds of kilometers after release from bombers or fighter aircraft. During the operation, JASSM-ER missiles were launched from long-range bombers against Iranian command centers, radar installations, and missile infrastructure. AGM-158C LRASM. The long-range anti-ship missile is derived from the same design family as the JASSM, but built specifically for naval warfare. Unlike many earlier anti-ship missiles, LRASM has a high level of onboard autonomy, allowing it to search for and identify ships over long distances with minimal external guidance. Sensors within the missile help distinguish intended targets from other vessels in crowded maritime environments. In the campaign, LRASM was used against Iranian naval forces operating in and around the Strait of Hormuz, giving strike aircraft the ability to destroy warships from far outside defensive range. AGM-88G AARGM-ER. The Advanced Anti-Radiation Guided Missile Extended Range is designed to destroy enemy radar systems. Air defense networks depend on radar to detect and guide surface-to-air missiles, so eliminating those emitters weakens the entire defensive structure. AARGM-ER homes in on radar emissions and continues guiding toward the source even if the radar operator attempts to shut the system down. Carried by aircraft such as the EA-18G Growler and other strike fighters, the missile allowed U.S. forces to attack air defense radars from outside their engagement zones during the opening phase of the operation. GBU-31 JDAM. The GBU-31 is a large precision bomb created by attaching a Joint Direct Attack Munition guidance kit to a 2,000-pound conventional bomb body. The guidance system uses GPS navigation and movable tail fins to guide the weapon accurately to a programmed target. JDAM technology transformed ordinary gravity bombs into reliable precision weapons capable of striking in poor weather or through cloud cover. After long-range cruise missiles weakened the initial defenses, these heavier guided bombs became a primary tool for destroying bunkers, storage facilities, and other hardened targets. Precision Strike Missile. The Precision Strike Missile is a ground-launched ballistic missile developed to replace the older ATACMS system used by the U.S. Army. Fired from mobile launchers, the missile travels far beyond the range of traditional artillery while maintaining precise targeting accuracy. Its purpose is to give land forces the ability to strike strategic targets such as command posts, radar systems, and missile launch sites without relying entirely on aircraft or naval platforms. Operation Epic Fury marked the first known combat use of this weapon. Lucas One-Way Attack Drone. The low-cost unmanned combat attack system is a small strike drone designed to fly directly into a target and detonate on impact. Unlike reusable drones, this system functions as a loitering munition, carrying its warhead to a pre-programmed location before striking. The design was influenced by earlier loitering drones seen in regional conflicts, but improvements included satellite communication and coordinated swarm capability. In the operation, these drones provided a relatively inexpensive method for attacking radar sites, vehicles, and smaller infrastructure targets. AGM-114 Hellfire. The Hellfire is a precision air-to-surface missile widely used by helicopters and armed drones. Originally developed to defeat armored vehicles, later versions expanded its use against buildings, defensive positions, and moving targets. Guidance typically relies on laser designation, allowing the missile to strike with high accuracy while limiting damage outside the intended area. Within the campaign, Hellfires were used for smaller tactical strikes once surveillance platforms identified mobile or time-sensitive targets. GBU-39 Small Diameter Bomb. The small diameter bomb is a compact precision weapon designed so aircraft can carry multiple bombs without sacrificing range or stealth characteristics. Its smaller size reduces drag and allows several weapons to fit within internal bays of stealth aircraft. Guided by GPS navigation, the bomb can glide a significant distance after release, increasing standoff capability for the launching aircraft. During the campaign, the weapon allowed strike aircraft to attack several targets during a single sortie while maintaining a lower radar signature. Mark 48 Torpedo. The Mark 48 heavyweight torpedo is the primary submarine-launched torpedo used by the U.S. Navy. Designed for deep-water combat, it can pursue both submarines and surface ships using acoustic guidance systems. After launch, the weapon tracks the sound signature of its target and adjusts course during pursuit. In Operation Epic Fury, a submarine-launched torpedo strike against an Iranian naval vessel demonstrated that the conflict extended beyond air and missile warfare into direct naval engagement beneath the sea. If you found this breakdown helpful, share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for more military technology explainers.